Today at EA Play, Motive Studios revealed the first gameplay of Star Wars Squadrons, as well as brand new details including its new Fleet Battles mode. And this is the mode where it all happens as you will be put up against another squadron as you try to take down their massive ships. And I'm also going to dive into every single Starfighter that was revealed, talk about the social hub, where you can strategize with your squadron, and go over the newly revealed cockpit details, and so much more. And don't forget to use the Force and smash that like button. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe for more Star Wars news. Alright, so let's talk about that Fleet Battle mode. So Fleet Battle is the multi-stage conflict that can either be played solo or with friends. And remember, it is 5 versus 5 human players. You can even play against AI, and there's going to be 3 phases basically to this mode. So it does kind of share some similarities to Starfighter Assault if you've ever played that in Star Wars Battlefront 2. So phase 1 is where you have to win the dogfight to push the front line of the battle towards your enemy. Now, if you do that successfully, you'll then go on to attack their medium-sized capital ships. But if you lose the dogfight battle, you'll be in a defending position where you then have to defend your medium-sized capital ships. Now, depending on the outcome of this, you'll go on to phase 3, and this is where you'll take down your enemy's flagship, or they'll take down your flagship. And this is where the squadron will have to target the flagship's shield generators, power system, and targeting system. And remember, at each phase, you can push the line forward or back, putting yourself into a defending or attack position. So this mode, again, is the heart of Star Wars Squadrons. It sounds freaking awesome, but I do have one concern. Will this mode have some sort of timer to prevent this mode from going on and on and on? Because as you know, with Star Wars Battlefront 2, with the Capital Supremacy game mode, you know, that mode tends to drag on and on and on. And how are they going to prevent that from happening in Star Wars Squadrons? It's going to be interesting to see. I hope they implement some type of timer system or some type of sudden death system for, you know, those matches that go on and on and on and need to come to an end. Now, the next mode is called Dogfight mode. You guessed it, it is 5 versus 5 dogfighting, where the squadrons face off against each other. And I'm assuming whoever gets the highest score wins. And remember, also in Fleet Battle mode, it's also 5 versus 5 with the squadrons as well. And this is another really cool feature I'm excited about with the multiplayer. So there's a social hub that you can use to strategize with your teammates, and you can use the map to plan your attack. And this looks really cool, and I'm assuming in VR this is going to be even more cool, because you'll probably get to see it, you know, from, of course, the first person perspective, and see all of your teammates standing there in the social hub with their custom created pilot. Now let's talk about the fighters in the game. So they did fully reveal all of the fighters, and there's going to be a total of 8 fighters categorized in these different classes. You have fighters, interceptors, support ships, and bombers. So for fighters, these are your all-around fighters that are great for every situation, and they include the iconic X-Wing and TIE Fighter, of course. And then you have the interceptors, which are fast and highly maneuverable. These include the TIE Interceptor and A-Wing. And then you have the support ships, which look like they can actually repair and resupply ally ships, as well as disrupt enemy fighters with what looks like to be ion blasters. Now, these include the U-Wing and TIE Reaper. Cannot wait to play with these as well. And then you got the bombers, which are used to obviously deal huge amounts of damage to the enemy flagships. These, I'm guessing, you're going to want to escort with the fighters and interceptors, as well as support ships. And these include the TIE Bomber and the Y-Wing. So you're going to have to really get in that social hub, you know, and strategize who is going to be what before you go into the game. So it sounds like it's going to be really important to have a well-balanced squadron of fighters, interceptors, support ships, and bombers. And you'll probably want to adjust your strategy, you know, depending on the phase of the fleet battle mode, or, you know, if you're just doing dogfighting, of course, you can help out your teammates by being a support ship, or maybe you're seeing someone being attacked and you need to become an interceptor and go for the aggressive approach. So there's going to be all kinds of different strategies you're going to be able to utilize with these different fighters. Now, speaking of strategy, the components that you'll be able to equip are also going to be very important. So there's over 50 components in this game, including laser cannons, automatic ion cannons, Goliath missiles, deflector hulls, thrust engines, and so much more. Like, when I saw this list, it blew my mind. I got really excited when I saw this list. And they also mentioned that you will be able to utilize components like tractor beams, turrets, and mines as well. So I wouldn't want to go up against all that, so you're going to have to really make sure you're paying attention when you're flying to make sure you don't hit a mine or get caught up in a tractor beam or something like that. And also, it looks like at one point in the trailer, the TIE Fighter did a 180-degree maneuver. And it appears that these components that I just mentioned may also unlock special maneuvers like this possibly. So I'll have to look at that and get confirmation on that. So I'm hoping these different components will give you the ability to do like evasive maneuvers, where you can avoid, you know, incoming missiles and stuff like that. So we'll have to see if these components affect your ship's maneuverability in this way. And as soon as I find out anything, I'll let you all know. And there's so much more packed into this gameplay trailer, including customization. We got to see a lot more of the cool customization options in the game, including TIE bomber skins, which look awesome, pilot species, the pilot suits, and even some cool interior stuff like this Ewok bobblehead. So this cracked me up. And I'm hoping, for me personally, I want to see a Porg bobblehead. So we'll see if that happens. But there's some really funny stuff that you can put in there. And just imagine what this is all going to look like in VR. It's going to be that much more immersive. And, you know, VR is supported on the PlayStation 4 and the PC, if you didn't know that already. And if you look at your cockpit, there's tons of displays that will demand your attention as you are dogfighting. And, you know, they went over all of the different items in your cockpit, including the sensors, components, laser charge, ship status indicator, which is basically your health, I believe, speed indicator throttle, power management, and combat display. And, you know, in a previous video, I already went over this, but you will be able to divert power to the different systems in your ship, which should include the shields, the weapons, and then also the engine. So I believe those are going to be the different systems that you will be able to divert power to. And as you can see, once again, this game is going to be very deep, and it's going to be even more immersive in VR. And for me personally, I cannot wait to try the VR in this game. And I believe that this could be the first step towards VR Star Wars games. You know, we have the VR mission in Battlefront 2, obviously, but I think this is going to take it even another step further. That's what I'm hoping, at least, and that it will keep on building up and going into a whole new realm of VR Star Wars games. So we'll see if that happens, but I think this is going to be an awesome stepping stone for VR Star Wars games, for sure. And to wrap up the video, they also did mention the single player in the game. Now, I went over this in a previous video, but in case you missed it, you will be playing as both the New Republic and the Empire in the single player story. And it looks like you'll be playing with your custom-made pilots as well. And the New Republic Starhawk class battleship looks like it is going to be a big part of the single player story, according to what the trailer mentioned. And I'm also looking forward to seeing how Hera, Wedge, and all the other characters interact in the story as well. So there's tons of stuff to look forward to in this game. Let me know what you are looking forward to the most. And don't forget that this game releases on October 2nd of this year, so it's not coming out next year or anything like that. Now, with everything going on in the world, it's great to see that they are able to still be on track for an October 2nd release date. So I hope everything goes well and that everything goes on track for that release date. And I will be posting more news on this game, so don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. I'll see you all next time, and may the Force be with you always.